Hi guys, let's look at this ASVAB practice question I have here. The question says, what is the value of x if x to the third power minus 3x squared plus 2x is equal to 0? This is a very simple question involving polynomial equation. So here we can see that the maximum exponent of this polynomial is 3. This means x is going to have 3 values. You can see clearly that in all the options, there are 3 values of x. So how do we go about solving it? Let's do it together. X to the third power minus 3x squared plus 2x is equal to 0. So we're going to focus on the left side. So we can see that x is common between these 3 terms. So we can simply factorize x. So if we bring x out, x is common. We have x parentheses x to the third power divided by x is going to give us x squared. Minus 3x squared divided by x is going to give us minus 3x. Plus 2x divided by x is going to give us plus 2 is equal to 0. At this point, we can simply equate x to 0 and x squared minus 3x plus 2 to be equal to 0. So x is equal to 0, or x squared minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we have gotten the first value of x, but we need to go further to find the values of x here. We can see that over here, x has an exponent of 2. This means we still have 2 values of x to find out. We have already gotten one value of x, which is x is equal to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation. There are different ways of solving a quadratic equation, but for this video lesson, we're going to use the factoring method. So when solving a quadratic equation, the first thing you need to do is identify the values of a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of x squared. So what number do we have here? The number here is an invisible one. Whenever you cannot see a coefficient in front of a variable, you know that the coefficient there is 1. So a is equal to 1. B is equal to, b is the coefficient of x. So here we have x. The coefficient of x is minus 3. So b is equal to minus 3. And c is the constant, the number that does not have x attached to it. So this number is equal to c. So c is equal to 2 or plus 2. You can either say it's 2 or plus 2. Now we are going to look for two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us AC. And those same two numbers need to add themselves to give us B. So what is AC? A is 1 times 2, which is 2 or positive 2. So let's call it positive 2. And our B is minus 3. So now we are looking for two numbers that will multiply themselves to give us plus 2, add themselves to give us minus 3. So let's see the numbers that will multiply to give us plus 2. We have plus 1 times plus 2. This is going to give us plus 2. Minus 1 times minus 2. This is also going to give us plus 2, because minus times minus is plus. Looking at this, which of these combinations will give us minus 3? Plus 1 plus 2 is going to give us plus 3. Minus 1 minus 2 is going to give us minus 3. So this is the combination we are looking for. So what are we going to do with that combination? We are going to use it to replace minus 3x. So instead of having minus 3x, we're going to have minus x minus 2x. So this will give us x squared minus x minus 2x plus 2. I'm going to wipe this off. Is equal to 0. Okay, so now we can factorize by grouping. So if you factorize this together, what is common between x squared and x is x. Parentheses, x squared divided by x is going to give us x. Minus x divided by x is going to give us minus 1. You bring this minus sign down. 2x and plus 2, what is common is 2. So you write it down. Minus 2x divided by minus 2 is going to give us x. Plus 2 divided by minus 2 is going to give us minus 1. Is equal to 0. So we can now bring these values outside the parentheses together. X minus 2. And then we choose one of these two values in the parentheses because they are the same. So x minus 1 is equal to 0. So now we can simply say x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is a little bit long. So remember, we have already gotten one value of x here. So I'm going to wipe out this in order to complete this. If we have x minus 2 is equal to 0, if minus 2 comes over to this side, it's going to be x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2. If minus 1 comes over here, it's going to be x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1. So this becomes the three values of x. What was the first value? 0. The second value, let's write it from smallest to largest. 1 and 2. So these are the values of x. Option C is the correct answer. Very simple. I hope you understood the lesson. If you didn't, you might probably need one-to-one tutoring. And I offer one-to-one tutoring for those who are preparing for the ASVAB exams who might not understand more complex topics like this because they need to have a better understanding of the basic topics. So if you are one of those persons, send me a DM here on TikTok and then we'll get talking. See you in the next video. Bye.